Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen, Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen, Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
to you, ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to a brand new day, and it's a brand new episode of Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. Of course, you know I don't do this alone. I do this with my very special co-host, Kwaku, Sakyi.
Hello.
Hi. Somebody took my name.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you this morning.
You see, unlike you,
Yeah.
I actually invited you on set. Because the other time you just started the show without me.
Oh. Is it here that comes to come and complain?
Well,
You know they say that we are in public, so we say, oh, this one is roadside, so we don't discuss our internal matters roadside.
all right. I forgive you.
But it's good to see you. I love the outfit.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're working it.
Thank you.
You look like $1 million there. Good morning to you. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny morning right here in Tesoro, Accra, Ghana. And we're excited to have you join us for Breakfast Daily this morning. My name is David Kwaku Sakyi.
And remember that the show is very, very interactive, so feel free to join in at any time by sending in your WhatsApp messages via the number on your screen. It could be your thoughts, it could be your opinion, and it could be questions, and also heartfelt messages to your loved ones. We will get to read it on the show.
Absolutely. Now we'd like to start the show with some words of inspiration. And today's words of inspiration are actually something that I've been mentioning in a different way, but it's an interesting one, a Chinese proverb.
All right, and today's words of inspiration, like you said, is water can wear away the hardest stone, not because of its strength, but because of its persistence.
Yeah.
Water can wear away the hardest stone, not because of its strength, but of its persistence.
Yeah.
Wow, that hit me hard.
You know, I love this quote because it's something that I've mentioned quite a few times, even on this show, how that for us, the work is about persistence. Okay, be deliberate and be persistent. Let's keep at it. You see, what this proverb is saying is that it doesn't matter how big the rock is, how hard the rock is.
Yeah.
If it's the dripping of water,
Yeah.
small, every day,
Little by little.
enough time is all it needs. That big rock will
break.
crumble
Yeah.
and break
Yeah.
into pieces. You know, so for me, I think that it also speaks to the fact that if we're working here on TV, right, and we are dealing with an issue like galamsey,
Yeah.
let's not get tired.
Yes, let's keep talking
Let's keep
about
talking.
it. Yeah.
Let's keep talking. No matter how hard the rock is, it's just persistence and time.
Right.
It will break.
True.
You know?
True. Yeah. And apart from that, I feel like when you relate it to work,
Yes.
or when you relate it to any personal goal that you want to reach, just keep going at it. In fact, just start and keep going at it little by little. Maybe you want to start a business and you probably have say 1,000 CDs.
Yes.
Just start with what you have. As
yeah.
long as you start and keep pushing small.
That's all it
You know,
takes.
you will get there one day.
Persistence.
Yeah.
Persistence is everything. All right, a few reminders for you. We have tonight at 7 p.m. the constituency. You know that things are heating up as far as the elections are concerned. In the United States, it's today that they vote, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in Ghana, on the 7th of December, we will be live with the elections. And prepping for the elections is a number of shows that we have for you. One of them is the constituency, and it will be live on your screens this evening at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss out on the fantastic show that we have called the constituency.
Yes.
All right.
And on Thursday, we have the Channel 1 Community Forum with Philip Nilate. And watch out, because he might just be in one of the communities around you, or even your community. So if you see the team, please holler at them and come and share your thoughts about the upcoming election. And like I said, it's Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Absolutely. All right. And then we also have the ballot box. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. All right. 10 p.m. to midnight each night. 97.3 CDFM is the signal that you should tune into, and you will enjoy a fantastic 2 hours each night on the ballot box.
All right. And we also have face-to-face. or the point of view actually. Well, the point of view Mondays and Wednesdays, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. with Bernard Avle. So do well to tune in every 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays. That's today.
Absolutely. And don't forget that we also have face-to-face also with Umar Sanda Amadou tonight.
Yeah,
again,
that's tonight, yeah.
At 9 p.m. You don't want to miss out on that as well. And later on this morning, we have a conversation bringing you an outdoor broadcast that will be shown right here on TV from Imani, Ghana. Yes, Imani Africa is bringing you critical analysis of political party manifestos 2024. We'll bring that to you at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. You don't want to miss out on that. So immediately Breakfast Daily ends, we go live with Imani Africa. All right. Well, it's time for us to get into the dailies, and joining me on the set this morning to help us go through the dailies is Vivian Kailoko. She's the head of news right here at Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, looking resplendent as usual. Hi, Vivian.
Hi.
Why?
I can't laugh
No, but you're
anymore
looking
in this
resplendent.
Ghana.
You're looking resplendent. It's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, the red suits you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Charlie, the Americans are voting.
Hey.
Yeah.
And it's so razor bladed that it's difficult to tell who is going to win. You know, somebody was telling me yesterday that they know where it will tilt towards because usually when the Democrats win, the stretch is huge. Okay. And so if it's neck to neck, it should tell you where it's going.
If the Democrats win, the stretch is wide. It's
really wide. It's a resounding victory.
Okay.
It's not, you know.
Interesting.
So, you know, that.
Interesting.
And then the swing, you know,
swing states. Yeah, swing states.
Most of the polls are going towards one side, you know. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, a from. Yeah.
So we'll see.
But you know, the American election is very interesting because even the way the Americans are, even the last day rally
can
make
change
a difference.
Stuff and make a difference.
Something that happens on the last day
all the time
can actually make
all
a difference.
All the time. Somebody can say something, do something, or something can happen, and it really tell.
The other thing also that I find interesting about the American election is that you remember when Trump won the first time, Hillary actually won the popular vote that year.
Yeah, but they don't go with that.
So you can win the popular vote
they are their electoral
and still lose the election.
Yeah, the electoral
so it's a very
system
interesting.
It's not the popular votes that determine whether you're going to be president
which
or not.
kind of makes sense, you know, because
the electoral college determine whether you're going to, you know, be president or not.
Anyway, we'll talk about that.
I remember
because it's a very interesting one.
Because you know, most women across the world were hoping that she would, you know, become the first female president of America, because that sends a lot of signal across the world in terms of women being formally made to lead, not just, you know, at home. Because people say your CEO is a wife or the wife. People he wants the real seat at the table, which didn't happen. Subsequently, we've seen a lot of countries elect women, you know, as their presidents, and it will be interesting to see whether this time around a woman will get to lead the leader of the free world, which is the United States of America.
But you know, it's interesting, leader of the free world, right? We say that, we keep saying that, but they've been slow to a lot of things. Because in Europe, for example, there have been women who have been in charge. Queens. We've had queens. We've had, you know, Margaret Thatcher, of the likes of her, and all of that. In New Zealand, you know, women has been in charge. But America is very slow to
but to have made a black man a president, that was something else.
That was a major.
I think the second major feat we expect to see is whether they will vote for a woman. But you know, as much as, you know, Americans pride themselves to be the leaders of the free world, they can be very conservative with certain things.
Conservative, I'm telling you.
And it's showing in a lot of things they've done over the years. But let's see how this goes. Whether we'll have the second black mixed with another, you know, race, and then the first for a woman. All right. Okay, I'll start with a chronicle. They say police begin medical examination stage of 2024 recruitment exercise Also, STEM education for basic schools. Minister Educhum launches mega project in Accra. And then Bawumia, I will dedicate 3% of GDP to private sector. So that's from the Chronicle today. Okay.
The Ghanaian Times says, who wins U.S. election? As Americans go to poll today. Right. MOFA begins 5-day AgriFest 2024 in Accra. We have NHIS e-pharmacy set to combat illegal charges, which is really good. Yeah, really good, important. I think I want to read the story later, and give us the details of what is there, because people have been known to extort money, when it comes to this pharmaceutical space.
Extort money and everything.
Yeah. Bawku chieftaincy conflict, 6 more killed. Oh no. Death toll now rises to 30. Okay, so that's what the Ghanaian Times has on its front page.
Okay, I'll take you to the Daily Graphic. Its front page has commit to peaceful elections. Ebrihini urges stakeholders. Also, BEC grading system unchanged in spite of curriculum change. This is WAEC talk, and has a picture of the head of National Office of WAEC, Dr. Rosemond Wilson. And still with the Daily Graphic, it has a picture of Sir Sam Jonah, and Sir Sam Jonah others brainstorm at graphic development series today. And then also Glyco Pension presents 3-bedroom house to best teacher. And I'll take you quickly to the back page of the Daily Graphic because it has some troubling news over there. They say non-communicable diseases account for 45% of deaths here in Ghana, which is according to a study. So I'll give you details of that in a bit.
Okay. All right, let's go to the Daily Guide. And Daily Guide says, Nana fires election prophecies. FDA, GSA launch Common Certificate Initiative. That's a good one there, positive collaboration. I'll prioritize real industry. Bawumia is speaking. Burkinabe gets life for German wife, daughters murder. Okay. Police invite applicants for medicals, and NHIS combats illegal charges with e-pharmacy. All right, so that's what the Daily Guide has for us.
Okay, I'll take you to the Anchor. It has a picture of some key political figures, including Napo ex-president Mahama and a number of others at the peace walk. They say NDC boycotts peace pact again, refuses to sign despite flag bearers' presence at peace forum. Still with the Anchor, Bawumia starts round 2 in Ashanti. And also unregistered health professionals being used to render services. OHPHG president talking over there.
Okay. Let's go to the Hawk newspaper. And the Hawk says, paving the way, DACF rolls out 138 million Ghana cedis for drip road works. All right. We know the equipment for the road works came out a couple of months back, but now some cash seems to be available.
Well, which was the concerns which was raised from the beginning, in terms of what is the plan for fuel, for maintenance, for even the things they'll need to fix these roads. And it was said that it will come from the central government and all that, which many people questioned wasn't going to be a good one to start with. We've done reports across the country looking at the state of the equipment and the state of the initiative. And most of the response we've got, the people in charge complaining about the challenge in getting fuel, among other things, to get the work done. So it's something those in charge have to really look at to ensure that the roads are fixed.
We have COSA pushes for urban oasis in Techiman. We have NDC flags 279,000 over printed ballots. EC rejects allegations and assures fair printing. Top cop fights unlawful WhatsApp transfer. Wow. DG of MTTD photo mix-up. I'm sure that's an internal problem that the Hawk had. All right, so that's it for the front page.
Okay, my final paper here is the Economy Times. The front page says, cedi continues to depreciate. Then second, DDEP impacts financial sector marginally, players optimistic of fast recovery. And then ADB MD's public sector CEO of the year. So that's from the Economic Times.
All right. I'll give you the Daybreak, and that's my final paper. Napo slams Azoka boys launch in Ashanti. This whole thing, you know, doesn't seem to have really gone away entirely, even though we've got a law against it, the vigilantism thing. Yeah, it's now the story is that many of these formalized themselves by becoming security companies, you know. Yeah, anyway. Razak Opoku answers John Mahama. City FM Channel 1 TV hands over 1.3 million Ghana cedi market to new Bakbar. Yes, that's a fantastic one from yesterday. Court dismisses case against appointment of Deputy IGP. All right, so that's what we have. Let me give you a few online stories from our portals, and then we'll get right into some details in the papers. Now, let's go to citynewsroom.com. It says here, no individual or organization is above the Constitution. This is what the AG is saying. Mahama accuses MPP of development allocation bias. All right, we have free SHS. Double track is research-driven and result-oriented. Interesting. Okay, research-driven, result-oriented. Okay. Prevent and condemn illegal pressure on judiciary. AG urges Bar Association and UK to switch to e-visa in 2025. Interesting one there. Those who have long-term visas in their, they're going to have to go and queue again and get it renewed.
Let's stay in Ghana and develop our country and stop this jackpot. I know some people come and fight.
I know, right?
Because they want to jackpot. Stay in your country and fix your country. Anywhere else you go, you'll be a second-class citizen.
I know, right? I know. And channelnews.com says, yeah, it starts with the same headline, Educhum, double track, key to free SHS access, don't abolish it. Ifwagate's election as GBA president has a divine touch. Okay, this is coming from the Attorney General, Minister of Justice. Abortion, immigration, economy, top issues driving U.S. elections. And I'm sure she was speaking with Bernard Avle yesterday on the point of view.
Correspondent from The View. Yeah. And we'll have a lot of information on the U.S. elections on all our subsequent bulletins as we speak to the VOA and others on how it's panning out in the United States of America. So watch out on TV and radio.
Professor H. Sikanku says that democracy is under threat in the U.S.
Is it? Well,
the beacon of democracy.
They'll come out fine.
Is under threat in
They will definitely come out fine. And then the big one for our website, which is citynewsroom.com. Yesterday, we officially launched our election, data website. Yeah. Have you tried it?
Oh my goodness, I did last night. I went there. I was like, my goodness.
Yeah, it's
everything is there.
Everything is there.
I was like,
everything. Whoa! From the elections, 1996, all the way to the last elections. Every constituency, every presidential elections, all the numbers, all the trends, and it's very easy to navigate.
Yes, that's what I loved about it.
And you can use it on your phone.
So what I realized is that a lot of websites are not compatible with multi gadgets, right? But this website, I mean, on my phone, it just streamlined the thing, simple and short.
Because usually most are very heavy, so it's difficult to even download it. I mean, open it properly in your phone.
This one is very light and easy. It was so nice. It was just beautiful.
That's where I've been for a bit. I mean, sorry I hid it from you because
you've been hiding in that space.
And using that, to help with our research unit, which is a Channel 1. And City News Research. So it's a great one. I urge everybody should try it out.
No, you should. So it's elections at citynewsroom.com, right? So very simple, elections.citynewsroom.com.
That's right.
That's the easy way to just type that and you'll be right there. all the details.
All the
Trust
data.
me, everything
and
is there.
Every story around the polls coming up, all the stories, everything. Just go there and get updated on everything, apart from getting the data.
Absolutely. Well, you have
okay, so let me start with Daily Graphic to give you details of the story I told you about earlier about non-communicable diseases accounting for 45% of deaths in Ghana. It's a study. Now, it says a nationwide survey on non-communicable diseases, NCDs, has revealed that the disease are responsible for about 45% of all deaths in the country, with cardiovascular diseases, cancers, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes being the leading contributors. Also, the survey identified unhealthy diets, physical inactivity, tobacco use, and harmful alcohol consumption as the primary risk factors for NCDs in the country. Now, conducted in all 16 regions and 385 communities among 5,438 participants aged between 18 and 69, the survey highlighted the fact that these risk factors are intensified by urbanization, lifestyle changes, and limited access to healthcare services.
Do you notice that the list, the four different diseases you mentioned, they are all diseases that come by choice?
Yeah, lifestyle, and then your, you know, how you take care of yourself physically.
So whether you exercise or not is up to you. Whether you eat sugar or not is up to you. Whether you take a lot of salt or not is up to you. You know, so there are things that we need. Honestly, we need to do better. You know,
I've come to accept that sugar doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't.
You know, I really used to like sugar.
No,
if you like sugar more than me.
No, so did I.
I have cut it.
I mean, I got it from my dad.
I think I took mine from both parents. They were both people who had the sweet.
So what I do is that if it comes, so for example, cakes, ice cream, if it comes with sugar, no problem. But for me,
to put sugar
and put in
beverage
anything,
or in, forget
zero.
it. Same.
I won't do it.
Same.
I won't do it. Yeah, I won't do it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's it.
We have this one here. NHIS is in the Ghanaian Times. NHIS e-pharmacy set to combat illegal charges. Now, the National Health Insurance Scheme is leveraging the Ghana National Electronic Pharmacy Platform, e-pharmacy, to combat illegal charges, commonly referred to as co-payments. Co-payment in the context of the NHIS involves NHIA credentialed facilities charging scheme members for services and medications paid for by the scheme. The chief executive of the NHIA, Dr. Da Costa Abuaje, shared this information during a series of staff debates held across the country, where he engaged with employees on enhancing the scheme and its welfare enhancement plans. The most recent gathering took place last Friday at the authority's head office in Accra. He appealed to all credentialed facilities and staff members to support his vision of eliminating illegal charges. So the scheme has already paid for it, and they will also charge the facility to also pay extra. It's unfortunate.
It's crazy. This thing, we're still struggling to find a way around it to make it one of the best. But hey, I guess all around the NHIS.
It's improved. A lot of things have improved. You know, it's doing well.
Okay, I'll take you to one troubling one to do with the city and its performance. The story, you know, on the front page of the Economic Times by Elom Disowo says Ghana's currency, the cedi, has continued to record a blip in depreciation, even though the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, has assured the forex market that there's enough American greenback to cushion the cedi. The Ghana cedi is facing headwinds because of persistent hard currency demand driven by the manufacturing sector. Now, currency analysts are predicting that the cedi's losses could continue for a long time, as the Ghana Cocoa Board will not seek for international syndication loan this time round unless there was a big increase in foreign currency supply. So that the woes of the cedi continue, and we hope things get better.
Okay. CTFM, channel1news.com has this story. CTFM Channel 1 TV hands over 1.3 million Ghana cedi market borehole washroom facilities to New Bakpa. And the story here goes, management of Channel 1 and TV has handed over a newly constructed market gender-specific washroom facilities, and a mechanized borehole water system to displaced residents of New Bakpa in the Central Tong district. These individuals, affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage by the Volta River Authority last year, continue to face significant challenges in rebuilding their lives. Now, funded by donations from City FM listeners and Channel 1 TV viewers, the facilities were completed at a cost of 1.3 million Ghana cedis. Representing Managing Director Samantha Mensah, Channel 1 TV's Head of Administration, Matthew Aiden, expressed gratitude to the donors for their generosity and encouraged the victims to stay resilient. And so that story there, you can go and read the rest of that story. All right, it's a very fantastic one. Almost a year after the incident, you can see some images there, beautiful images there of the market. If we can scroll down a bit and just take a look at what is there.
If we can see that,
so
that's the water station.
The water system, and then these are the washrooms.
The washrooms.
Yeah.
Separated as for the male
washrooms.
and for the female.
That's the external view of it. So this is really good. It's really good. Yeah.
The place is nice though.
It is nice. Yeah, it is very nice. And they deserve it, you know. And I think that, for me, I just think about how we shouldn't have different treatments for different groups of people in Ghana, you know. If it's not good for you, why are you giving to somebody else?
Yeah.
It's like how like my church always says when we are doing donation of clothes, if you can't wear it, please don't bring it.
Don't bring
it for somebody to wear.
If it's tattered, something you want to get, just throw it away.
Exactly.
You know,
if it's bola, it's bola. That's all.
Yeah,
you know,
that's very true. Because are you handing handouts to? I mean, let's
handouts that you will never wear or give to your younger siblings to wear.
Yeah.
You see, don't give it to anybody else.
Okay.
You have another one?
Yes. Let me do quickly some politics. Bawumia, I will dedicate 3% of GDP to private sector. This is in the Chronicle. Says the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Bawumia, is proposing to dedicate 3% of our gross domestic product, GDP, to support the private sector. The 3%, which according to him would amount to 30 billion Ghana cedis, is being dedicated to the private sector with the aim of lessening the fiscal burden on the economy. The Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, announced this idea on Sunday, November 3rd, 2024, at the Boteman Sports Complex, where he outlined his policies for the youth and job creation. Quote, we are proposing in the first 4 years that we are going to move immediately 3% of GDP of government expenditure to the private sector. The 3% of GDP comes up to about 30 billion Ghana cedis, and we are moving that to the private sector. This is jobs for the people, unquote, he said. So 30 billion to be dedicated to the private sector if Dr. Bawumia wins the elections.
All right. Quick one here. Paving the way. The District Assembly Common Fund rolls out 138 million Ghana cedis for drip road works. Now, in a major financial injection for local development, Irene Natoshi Adolate, the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund, approved an impressive 138 million Ghana cedi release to Ghana's constituencies on October 25th, 2024. This substantial allocation targets the President Kufuor's ambitious district road improvement program designed to rejuvenate road infrastructure across local communities. Now, with the funds, the DACF has set strict guidelines to direct metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives on the specified uses. All right, so that's we hope to see improvements around our country, you know, from this drip initiative. Yeah, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Kwaku. Right. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. All right.
And let's see who wins and leads the United States.
Yes.
By tomorrow or the next 2 days from today, we should see. Tomorrow will be clearer. Getting to the end of the day, but 2 days we see.
So again, once again, if you want to go check out the election website that we have for you, it's just type election.citynewsroom.com. All right, election.citynewsroom.com, or otherwise you can actually go to citynewsroom.com and you will get access to it directly from there as well. Okay, so elections.citynewsroom.com. All right, so sports is next.
All right, welcome back. It's time for us to get straight into sports. I'm going to be starting with Premier League on City. Arsenal sporting director Edu is to leave his role at the club. The Brazilian rejoined the Gunners as technical director in summer 2019 before being promoted to sporting director in November 2022. Edu played for Arsenal between 2001 and 2005 and won 2 league titles, with one coming as part of the Invisibles team of 2003 to 2004. The former midfielder was heavily involved in bringing manager Mikel Arteta to the club, which Arsenal winning the FA Cup at the end of Arteta's first season in charge. While major silverware was eluded since then, working alongside the Spaniard, Edu has been widely credited with helping to transform the club back into genuine title challengers.
All right, now we have some UEFA Champions League news. Now, Europe's elite clubs meet again this week as the UEFA Champions League hits week 4 in its new form. Now, tonight, all eyes will be on Lisbon, where Sporting Club take on Manchester City in a match that pits incoming Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim against Pep Guardiola. Now, Amorim's move to the red side of Manchester was confirmed last week, and Man United fans will be eager to see how he fares against a future competitor. Now, at Anfield, Xabi Alonso returns to Liverpool to face his former club with his current club, Leverkusen, while Liverpool prepared for their tie with their home win over Brighton, Leverkusen were held to a goalless draw by Stuttgart last Friday. Now, 2 of the most decorated clubs in European football, Real Madrid and AC Milan, will clash at the Bernabeu in Madrid. Now, the match will bring Carlo Ancelotti against AC Milan, the team he played for in the 80s and coached in the mid-2000s. All right, so that's what we have for sports this morning. Now, we're going to take a quick break. When we're back, Chris is going to be sitting with her guests on the News Review segment.
Are you ready? It's on Friday, the 8th of November, 2024. Venue is Cedar Mountain Chapel, Cedar City, number 1 Lagos Avenue. Gate opens at exactly 5 p.m. The Sunday Light edition of I Testify will feature inspiring performances by our indefatigable Cedar Choral. Minister Prince Danzel, Minister Nicholas Ofuria Connor, the host choir, Cedar Mass Choir, the Refreshing Harmonious Chorale, and the Energy Booster Group, Team Eternity Ghana. Prepare for an unforgettable night of worship, praise, and powerful testimonies that send the light to the world. Don't miss out on this special event. I Testify 2024. We are sending the light. Come with family and friends.
Ya frame oba hema ekhia bohema. Asante mind hye kronkron. Aha me gine e kumasi adum. Franco Trading Enterprise shop number 5. Ena me gina hey. Na wo hwese de mesia fa me ho. A me ho aye fe ya. Na wonim se ebe amamre ene amane a yentutu nase ne senti no nananom ene mahemam me bu me mu ase edemam se o perfume papa laptops television set, Franco air condition, CCTV camera, Bluetooth speakers, home theater, accessories be a wupe bia. Said the mapa haya maybe Tony ma papa, and the akoche mahemfo, any mahema no. Na a Franco Trading Enterprise. Franco Trading Enterprise. Phone papa, accessories papa, air condition papa, TV papa, ahimfie anyhow.
My life wasn't always like this. I worked in a bank and had money in bonds to cushion me for the future. Then, with a stroke of a pen, my life was destroyed. My bank was part of the 420 financial institutions which the MPP government recklessly collapsed. What was to become the life of the workers? No one in this insensitive government cared. And suddenly, I was jobless. Their incessant borrowing also led to a debt restructuring program that affected me, and just like that, a significant portion of my lifetime investment vanished. Even worse, my lifetime savings from 30 years of hard work has been rendered useless due to the continuous depreciation of the city and extremely high cost of living in the country. Now, look at me. The fruits of my toil and sweat have all gone down the drain because of bad leadership. What to eat with my children is even a struggle. God, help me and the many who share in my pain. Let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. Change must come.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama at the NDC. Get ready.
Every objection against you is hereby dismissed.
For Impact 2024 with the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Dr. Eastwood Anaba, Apostle Joshua Selman, Apostle Isi Igeneba, Bishop Dr. Bernard Ojiri Asari, and Reverend Dr. David Entry. November 24th to December 1st, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily at Action Chapel International, Prayer Cathedral, Dominion Arena. For inquiries or pass information, call 059-230-0069.
Good morning once again. You are welcome to Breakfast Daily. And right now we are getting straight into the news review segment where we are about to unpack some stories making wave in the nation. From promises of economic development to peaceful election. We'll also be looking at the cholera outbreak and also the conflict happening in Bawku. So joining me today is Richard Mensah, who's the head of programs production at City FM, who's also my boss, and Larry Dogbe, managing editor of the Herald newspaper. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
It's nice to see you here. All right, so let's just get straight into it. We're going to start with the 2024 general elections. NDC is committed to peace but won't sign the peace pact. And this is by Mustafa Bande, who's the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. And there's actually a story about this issue on Channel 1 News.com. So NDC is committed to peace but won't sign peace pact. The National Democratic Congress has reiterated that though it is committed to ensuring peace in the upcoming December 7 general election, it will not be a signatory to the Peace Council's peace pact. The peace pact is a proposed agreement meant to bind competing political parties in the December polls to ensure peaceful conduct during and after the election. NDC, however, claims claims that the Peace Council has failed to foster a balanced, inclusive atmosphere ahead of the elections and will therefore not sign the pact. Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustapha Gbande, stressed in a media interview that the Peace Council has not been a partial referee, which is why the NDC is abstaining. Institutions of states such as the police, the Electoral Commission, the military, national security, and all these individual institutions play a frontal role to ensure that they actually are referees to everything that is being done on peace to prevail. NDC is committed to peace. President Mahama is committed to peace. But as to whether we believe that the Peace Council's Peace Pact is something that has gotten to a standard involving all stakeholders, we don't think that the Peace Council has done a good job. We don't think that they have helped this country because people have died out of the 2020 elections and they did nothing. These were actually his words. And remember that you are part of the show. So if you are just joining us or if you're watching, please send in your messages via the WhatsApp number on your screen. And also do not forget to share your thoughts if you're watching on Facebook on the comment section. Let's know you're watching. Even on YouTube, because we're streaming live on YouTube, just share your thoughts and we will get to read it on the show. So gentlemen, Mustapha Gbande's statement raises a lot of questions about the NDC stand. Okay, so Oja, I'm going to start with you. Why do you think the NDC is avoiding to signing the Peace Pact?
Well, to begin with, in the first place, when you were reading the story, there's this bit about peace and we are committed to... Look, what I would say in the first place is that they have no choice than to commit to peace. So it shouldn't be made as if they have a choice. There's peace and there's war. Then we choose one or that. They have no choice but to commit to peace. But that is an aside. Now, looking at the poster of the NDC, what you can say is that for them, in terms of the explanation they've been given, there's some historical antecedents to their poster now, which is okay. There is that. It's okay. But you also want to interrogate the matters further and ask yourself, why would the issue of peace be a topic anytime we are going to elections? It tells you one, the psychological games the political parties will normally play. But then there are real threats or there are signs which always makes us as a nation to call for these. And this is so because, look, with the coming in of the 1992 Constitution, and then we went into elections, and then the Fourth Republic started. People would have come to realize that the reason why these calls for peace have been made necessary is because of the vigilante groups, the various or the two leading political parties formed around themselves in terms of going on for elections. And this is because they, from the onset, they did not trust each other, or at best they undermined the very institution that oversees the elections, that is the EC. So at every point in time, they all suspect each other of playing one game or the other around them, and therefore they committed themselves to be protecting what they call their own or their votes, and hence the formation of these vigilante groups. Look, there's been the history of the vigilante groups and the kind of things they've perpetrated on the voters is well documented, even to the extent that after Iowa Suez were gone, we now have an anti-vigilante bill of a sort which bars such groups and all that. Now it tells you the kind of atmosphere we all play in. Let me come back to Mustapha. Well, it's well within their right to say that we're not going to sign. In fact, before Mustapha spoke, the flag bearer himself, the former president, had a go at it. And what he was saying is that, look, the political parties should not be made the only signatories to such peace pacts. That seems to suggest that if there is going to be any confusion, then it will be just the political parties who will be at it. What he said was that, look, there are various institutions who play critical roles when it comes to the elections. And he thinks that if we are committed to peace, then all these people must be made to sign. So he mentioned the security services, he mentioned the EC, police, and all that. That these are people who man the process, and they play critical roles when the process starts. So why would you make it an issue of only the political parties? But I understand. The only reason why it will be made an issue of the political parties is that the rhetorics of the political parties, especially when we are going into elections, as things, most often than not, it makes us worry. So you even leading up to these elections, we are just left with some 31 days or something. Leading up to these elections, what the rhetorics of the NPP and then the NDC. The NDC started, we are not, this time around, we are not going to allow anybody to cheat us. We are going to police our ballots. They say, okay, when you vote, just ensure that you get out of the place. You get out of the place so that you come and observe them. They say, no, we'll let our people, when you finish voting, stay around. And that violates. Now, there was a time when the youth organizer of NPP went on a platform, and it was because of some insinuations by the NDC, and he showed off his muscles and says that, look, if you call for a fight, I'm ready for you. Such rhetorics does not do us any good. But that is it. It's for the political parties. At times, they might think they are playing just mind games on the voter and all that. But then, when you have a population which largely, you have a large part of it that is not so much educated in things like this, you only tend to pollute them with such things. And that is why you find a foot soldier going to do some unthinkable thing and then gets himself in trouble. However, the very leaders that they go to do those things in their names will never ever allow themselves to do that. Who has not heard before when we say that, look, you get the foot soldiers on the street, they'll go, you say demonstration, they are marching and all those things. And then the political people who are leading us, they are kids and they don't allow them to mix with us whilst we are on the streets. And that should tell you something. So yeah, you might have a reason for not committing to this very particular pact. That is okay. That is okay. But what I'm saying, moving forward, I'm saying that, look, the security services, especially the security services, are committed to ensuring that we have a peaceful election. You see, anyone who witnessed the 2008 elections, the tension was very, very palpable. Very, very palpable. And I think it is so because of the 8-year cycle. So,
and do you think it's the same feeling right now?
Well, it's getting there, and that is the rhetorics of the various political, especially the party in opposition now, which is the NDC. Yeah, the kind of posture and everything shows you that they are prepared to go all at it. And most of the time they will cite examples such as the Ayawaso West Wagon incident and all that. They cite many of it and then just give them. But what would you want to do? You want to govern over people who will be peeved, over people who will be shot, over people who will be maimed? No, I don't think that is the main aim of any of the political parties. So let them commit to the human infrastructure of the country. Once you commit to it, once you commit to the human resources, you say, look, I'm coming to govern you, and these are the things I want to do. These are the things I want to do for the betterment of the people. Now, if you underline the word betterment of the people, what has betterment of the people got to do with violence?
At all.
But in all this, there is the need for the critical state institutions also, who play a major role in these elections, to be very, very attentive and also execute their mandate in such a manner that the people would have no choice but to trust them. Once you get away from the road of trust to the bad way of mistrust, it becomes a problem. So if the institutions who are supposed to be the gatekeepers guard the process, give us consent, to mistrust them,
yeah,
then it becomes a problem. And I think that is what the political parties normally do, especially when they are in opposition. They do whatever it takes possible to ensure that the critical state institutions are bastardized. Now, once it's bastardized, you give a reason to misbehave, in quotes, to misbehave, and that I think it should be a thing of the past. Yes, you wouldn't sign; it's okay, but he says that with a caveat. So if that caveat comes into being,
then they will sign it.
That is okay. Just like I said in the beginning, they have no choice but to commit to peace. This is the only country we all have. And I don't think, you see, the larger majority of them, especially within the political parties, the larger majority of them have nowhere to go. That I can guarantee you. If people have somewhere to go, it's the big ones we call the big men, the politicians that will go. So you have no choice than to galvanize your base to ensure that the process becomes peaceful. We don't want to witness another Techiman.
Right.
We don't want to witness. And during one of Mohammed's rounds, and he says that, look, this time around, they are calling for, in fact, in terms of signing this in, I think former President Mahama was even saying that this time around, the various institutions must commit to the fact that, look, we wouldn't have armed security personnel at the voting sites.
Yeah.
We make our elections look so horrible, and sometimes I wonder, a simple process of going to vote, but it's because of our behavior also. Like the guys will say, but when you trust anyone, you trust the person small. By the time you come, do kakalika. You don't know where he's even heading towards with this kind of things. But I think in the meantime, yes, we are heading towards a crucial elections, and that reality has dawned on us. Everybody recognizes that the need for peace is necessary.
Right.
The need for peace is necessary. We don't want to destabilize the whole social structure by way of us fighting and engineering violence, and everybody must commit to that.
Right.
So sometimes even signing on the paper itself is if you say you won't sign that, because most of the time they go and sign the thing without even reading it. They just sign, they put their signature, then they go away. They won't read it and even commit to anything there.
Right. So Larry, he talked about destabilizing social structure if everyone do not adhere to how things should be done, especially the rights electoral processes, especially around peace. What do you think?
That's Mustafa.
I mean, like everyone, like all parties. Like, what impact could do you think this could actually have on public perception, especially with what Mustafa said?
The position that Mustafa
and the NDC
have taken.
You don't think it will affect public perception, or you don't think that the public even have any thoughts around the pact?
I don't think so.
Why?
I think that if people were really concerned, the NDC would have been forced to sign that document. Okay, but I think we've gotten to a position where people are like, what benefits are we deriving from the Peace Council? Okay? What benefit are we, deriving from the Peace Council? Now, so I would like to, OJ has spoken a lot, but let me take you to the vision of the Peace Council, where it says that the National Peace Council's vision is to have a country characterized by a dynamic environment where people can engage in their lawful activities, confident that their institutions, mechanisms, and capacities for mediating differences and grievances are effective and responsive. Take note of that. It goes on. The mission, it says that the National Peace Council will facilitate the development of mechanisms for the cooperation among all relevant stakeholders in peace building in Ghana by promoting cooperative problems, resolving to conflicts, and by institutionalizing the processes of response to conflict, I don't know what I mean, to produce outcomes that can lead to conflict transformation, social, political, and religious reconciliation in transformative dialogue. Objective. The objective of the Council is to facilitate and develop mechanisms for conflict prevention, management, resolution, and to build sustainable peace in the country.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, beautiful when you look at it. But what is NDC saying? Saying, now listen, some people were killed
in 2020.
In 2020. National Peace Council, if you are concerned about peace during the campaign, before the campaign, during the campaign, and then after the election and so on, you should be talking about this. Indeed, I mean, this thing was established at 818 of 2011, the council has a 4-year mandate. So meaning that it's a continuous, arrangement.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be something that happens because we are going for an election. You understand? And it shouldn't be that, you only hear of them when election is, coming. After the Techiman thing, and it wasn't just Techiman that people were killed. Even in Accra, I think an 8-year-old girl or 11-year-old girl was shot dead. Some people were put before court. What's happened to that? What is happened to that? What has the president said? So we shouldn't wait until, election is about happening. Ayawaso, West Wogon, people have been left with permanent injuries. What has the Peace Council come to say? Do you just hear them when elections are about happening? And so we are discussing this in the light of, NDC refusing to sign this part. I'm sure they have some legitimate concern based on what I have read to you, based on what the Act says this, should do. When you go further to this, it talks about, it's a 13-member, body that obviously are paid by the taxpayer. And strangely enough, this act was established during Professor Mills's time. So I'm sure they had their objective. And the parliament that passed it, when we go to maybe the debates of the House at the time, I'm sure both parties, the dominant parties will have their objectives for agreeing to set up a body like this, which is under the Ministry of what? Interior. Interior is supposed to be concerned with the security of the country. So if we went for an election and some people were killed, and there's a body that says that, listen, hey, we are supposed to ensure peace. Peace doesn't come out of a vacuum. It requires certain things to be done. It requires certain things to be done. There is an executive secretary, there's a board chairman, there is so and so. These people are paid monthly. They take allowances. When they sit, they do other things. They travel in our name. In the name of going to talk peace. And a certain stakeholder is saying that, listen, some people were killed during the last election. What have you done about it?
And it's all
we went for a by-election. Exactly. We went for a by-election. And people, gunshots. People were brought from national security. They were dressed in particular uniform. They were driving cars. They had guns on them. They were shooting into the crowd. Okay? And so you just don't wait and put a paper before me and say, you sign because we want you committed to a certain thing. No. Listen, you are taking us, you are not us. You are taking the country for fools. You don't do that. For how long must we continue to be paying such bodies? or set up the list of things we are going to parliament, debate, all manner of, adjectives thrown at us. And then at the end of the day, we come back to this, where nobody wants to sign, or people have concerns, and then yes, oh, you just sign, let's go. You just sign, let's go. It becomes more of a cosmetic thing, rather than a well thought of, process.
So if the Peace Council right now were supposed to deal with the issue of the lives lost in 2020, what are they supposed to do?
No, I mean, it's just simple. What is happening to that particular case?
Okay.
The killings that happened, what happened to it? The people who were, maimed during the by-election. In that in the case of the by-election, okay, a whole commission was set up. That had a former IGP in there, a judge also. That which judge was that? There was a judge, I'm sure. The IR so yeah, exactly. Okay, and others. It was televised live. We all watched it. We saw the Azugus. We saw the Kandapa didn't appear. We saw Brian Champon, the same Brian Champon who is saying, all manner of things about the election and so on. We saw him. Today he's a minister. We saw all manner of people, national security people. We all watched the video. You guys, TV, at the time you were City TV, Channel 1. You had pictures, all the pictures that went of that kind of dastardly art came from you people. We saw it. And Peace Council, no, you are not talking about that. You just, sign a paper, let's go. Yeah. Just sign, let's go. Just sign, let's go. Somebody slaps me. And I'm telling you that, listen, before, I come back to engage that person, I want to see A, B, C, D that you are doing. Assure me that when I come there, the man won't stab me to death. They say, oh, no, please. That's not necessary. And look at the names of the people in there. On the 30-member council. It's just sign and go. No. That is not good enough. We can't continue this way. Assure the people. How many people will be killed, in the next election? And what is strange is this. Before the president became president, he shouted over his dead body would the blood be spilled. He wouldn't want to work on dead bodies to become president. He doesn't believe in Tagri. We saw Etiwa, where he said Etiwa cry. We also saw him saying that, all die be die.
All die be die.
Jesus Christ. Christo. Anyway,
this is a very interesting conversation, but you know what? Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and continue the rest of the discussion.
Your health is in your hands, but at some point, it passes on to us. At Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center, we believe that quality healthcare isn't a privilege, it's a right. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, we are fully prepared to effectively deal with all colorectal and proctological conditions. Our team of highly skilled doctors, surgeons, and nurses are renowned for their expertise in minimally invasive and painless laser, ligature, and longoproctological surgery. We are committed to providing a wide range of services to meet the diverse needs of our patients. Mintuba Hospital, your health is our priority. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us at 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Another morning, another day filled with possibilities. My old car reflects my journey, and today could be the day I take a big step forward. Anything is possible. Just think about it.
My shelves are ready to be filled, and soon the flat rate will open up exciting new opportunities. I can already envision a vibrant shop bustling with customers, all eager to discover what I have to offer.
I feel optimistic about import costs. Why? Because with DMB flat duty rates, my expenses will be more manageable. I can see my business thriving.
Every moment spent with my son brings back wonderful memories.
I tell you, my son, with Messiah digital skills, now one can create games in a website.
A show of boot number 1 on the ballot.
You Play Me, I Play You, a stage play written by Efo Kojumagbe.
Baza, you not pay me you. I said it's 150 Ghana cedis.
That's 15,000 naira. From just this place to this place, you say 150.
I took you from Tema to come to me.
Join Jonalyn Thatia Ghana, Brain Jota Nigeria, Clemento Shores Ghana, and Adra Olins Lindsay. Adopted Nigerian for a night of laughter, drama, and great moments at the National Theatre on 8 November 2024 for 2 shows at 4 p.m. first show and 8 p.m. second show, and the Bawku Boxing Arena on 9 November 2024 at 7 p.m. for one unforgettable show. To purchase ticket, simply dial *713 *33 *10# or visit africaartsnetwork.com or go to the various locations: Airport Shell, Bachana Total, Roxwache, and Silverbird Cinemas Accra Mall. For more information, call 0541 234 586. You Play Me, I Play You is powered by Africa Arts Network in collaboration with Challenging Heights, sponsored by Pepsodent, Star Life Insurance, York's Rent-A-Car, Tilly's, and Mark Felix Foods. You Play Me, I Play You. Ghana and Nigeria. Ha! Who can play?
Welcome back. It's still the news review segment where we are looking at some of the topics that are grappling the landscape of the nation. But before we get into our next topic, OJ, you actually had something you wanted to add, right?
Well, what I want to say about this whole peace council thing and the NDC and even the various political parties, I think I've even heard some of the political parties also say that they are not interested in signing. And like I said, it's all because of trust. But one other thing, I think we enjoy, as a people, we enjoy glorifying ourselves in ceremonies and all that. So this, was it this Sunday, something, the Peace Council said they are launching...
You mean fanfare?
Yeah,
yes,
like those kind of ceremonies. Oh, you want to launch something, do you need to go out there and be dancing like crabs there, holding your hands and all that? What is the essence of it?
That.
You want a certain attitudinal change. Fair enough. The first thing you ask yourself is, how do I go into this to ensure that I get the needed response or the outcome?
Mm-hmm.
Well, really, if you ask me, I don't think a gathering of that sort will make any impact.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's high time we move away from that and then be dealing with the real issues when it confronts us. Because if we're dealing with the real issues, the issue of mistrust will first be treated, and then you move into the other side of coming to sign. Yes, you get them to come and say, well, some will say that when we see them, but we see them also on the campaign rounds.
Right.
And that is even more effective and dangerous in quote.
Yeah, we hear
what
them.
they say when
impact.
they meet the people. Mm-hmm. And what is the excuse they give? When they say something that you think is untoward and you want to interrogate it, so but it was on a political platform. Political platform, and so what? That is where you seek to convince the people. That is where you seek to shape the minds of the people towards you. So what you say there is very important. So the issue of holding and walking around, dancing, and then you finish, you say, hey, peace, everybody clap your hands. Let's go home, go and sleep. And then you wake up, and then the next morning, the person is at Odududu addressing his crowd, and he's saying to them that, look, go after these people. You see the contrast. And so I think in this kind of cases, like Larry said, there needs to be a re-evaluation of the approach by the Peace Council themselves and also the various political parties. But I think the onus lies more on the Peace Council to re-evaluate their approach and address the necessary underlying factors for which reason the various political parties that look, I can bet my last city, the Peace Council knows why. Why the NDC is behaving this way. That one they can't say to the public. They know why. When they meet in caucus, they discuss it and then.
Is it about what happened in the Electoral Commission strong room?
No.
Pulling out Rojo.
There's a story surrounding it, but I'm saying that they know and they won't come out with it.
No, you say.
But they have to address that.
No, say.
Yes.
Say.
Well, I just hope that the stakeholders are actually watching and they have to act towards all this.
But I don't know they will do. But there's something I also want to say. See, we have. I think that from the look of things, the Peace Council is not living up to expectation. So then the call is that either we should hope for a better Peace Council, or a Peace Council that could do something better. But at the current state, it's just a waste of money.
Yeah.
It's just a waste of money. See, we have charismatic, this Christian, the charismatic churches have an association.
Yeah.
And so if I am a member of, a charismatic church, maybe if my pastor calls me, I'll listen to him. You get it? He becomes a moral compass, And then some of the politicians are Muslims.
Right.
So if, chief imam or their immediate imam calls them, they could listen to them. Okay? And then you have the Catholic bishops, also playing the Orthodox, and so on. You could also call them and then they'll listen to them. But having a whole council where people just collect money and then more of interested in window dressing, hiding political colors, pretending to be fair, just, and objective. And at the end of the day, we have this. I'm saying, look at the functions of that body. Okay, they have some, huge, listen, so they harmonize and coordinate conflict prevention. That's one. Strengthen capacity for conflict prevention. That's two. Increase awareness on the use of non-violent strategies to prevent, manage, and resolve conflicts and build sustainable peace in the country. Then facilitate the amicable resolution of conflicts through mediation and other processes, including indigenous mechanisms for conflict resolution and peace building. That's 4. Then it says promote understanding of the values of diversity. Coordinate and supervise the work of the regional and district peace councils. And then it says facilitate the implementation of agreements and resolutions reached between parties in conflict. We'll come to that. And then make recommendations for the government and other stakeholders on the actions to promote trust and confidence. That is very critical, striking. Make recommendations to the government and other stakeholders on the actions to promote trust and confidence between and among groups. Then last one, perform any other functions which is ancillary to its objective. Bawku is one of your topics.
We'll come to it.
Bawku is one of your topics. So we still have this body collecting money. We still have this body collecting money, allowances, and then all they throw at you is that, oh, you signed the paper, let's go. They call you out of Electoral Commission strong room and that, go and meet your flag bearer. On the way, Electoral Commission announces results. They haven't spoken about this.
well.
They won't talk about it.
All right, so
what is this?
Let us just move into the next topic. It's an issue of public health and emergency response. Ghana is actually grappling with a cholera outbreak, which started at Adan, where 2 people died. And now in Kaswa, we have about 56 cases where 46 patients are on admission. What do you think is the root cause behind the outbreak, and are there specific areas or conditions that may have led to it?
Yes, it's hygiene. Poor hygiene. Poor hygiene. Again, institutions have been established. They are supposed to do a certain thing. I mean, this country focus more on curative as opposed to preventive. Okay? I mean, we all knew, see the conditions that we have. This day and age, see the conditions that we have. We have even passed the sanitation levy. OJ, correct me if I'm wrong. That goes to companies that are supposed to do A, B, C, D. Again, when you go to parliament and you pick some of these debates or bills or something, you will see the reasons why some of these levies were put on us that we have to pay.
Right.
We are still paying COVID-19 something spraying fee. Meanwhile, we don't see anybody spraying. We are still paying national sanitation something. So in all that, and I'm sure cholera will be part of, the reasons why we were being made to pay. Yet, we have cholera, people being hospitalized over cholera, people dying because of cholera. And now you have the general, the director general moving from community to community, so telling people that, something, you need to wash your hands with soap. Let's try what we did during the COVID era.
Yeah.
After people have died. When the horse is bolted, that is when he's now coming out there to tell us about it. I mean, what happened to the before? Sounding the alarm that, hey, something, cholera is coming. People get comfortable with situations. But then with the establishment of institutions, the institutions are required to, sound the alarm. You need to have your hand on the, on the button every now and then to sound the alarm that, hey, this thing is happening. So whatever we did the last time, let's do it again so that we can minimize the number of deaths. Or there shouldn't be any death after all. Or there shouldn't be anybody being hospitalized. So you are constantly, sounding the alarm. Because people go to bed. I always cite the example of Coca-Cola. Even a child born today knows about Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and the rest. But this company is constantly advertising because it doesn't want its products to be forgotten about. Because there are, competitors in the system with the same color, the same, make, even maybe a better taste. So they are constantly advertising. Apply that kind of strategy to the management of, let's say the public sector, where institutions such as the Ghana Health Service shouldn't wait until issues like this happen. Okay, it is good for us to hear that, cholera has been eradicated. Polio is gone.
Yes.
Measles is gone. Chickenpox is no more. So and so is no more. Then we know that after all these years, we are getting somewhere. But the whole thing, we only hear of it when people die. We only hear when people die. And it's not just that. You are collecting money from us to do A, B, C, D. It's like ECG, where we pay money to provide our street lights. They collect the money, the street light, the lights, and we don't get
see any street light. True.
So you are right.
The one they put there too, then people
steal it.
Yeah, people go and steal it.
Vandalize it.
You get it.
Yeah. So, OJ, do you think there are any gaps that need to be addressed when it comes to preventing further spread? Not just cholera this time, any disease, in fact.
Yes, of course. The Ministry of Health, in fact, the GHS has a directory for education and all that. Are you surprised about what is happening? You know, earlier on you were showing some video of some place very, very filthy and all that. Yes, so you see the conditions under which some of these people live. So it's
even
no surprise.
Someone defecating at
yes,
the beach.
And the point is that cholera is basically you just eating something.
Where is this?
This might be either Newtown or something. Yeah.
Adan? This is actually Adan.
This is Adan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it is Adan. The video is not Adan. Or well, whatever. What I'm saying is that
this is Ghana.
It's not. Yes. It's not surprising that this is happening. However, the gap is about education, and this one, there must be some sustained education. Just recently, you know, I was surprised this thing hit us. Just recently, one of the ministry officials or something was touting the achievements of the ministry in ensuring that for a long time now we've not been hit by cholera. Because look, the last time we were hit by cholera, it was very terrible in Cape Central region, Cape Coast, more than 20 people. In fact, by the time we were done with it, over 200 people had lost their lives. Accra, Cape Coast. I remember, and it was very terrible. And it's all because we are not taking sanitation seriously. We are not taking sanitation seriously by allowing the necessary authorities to enforce the bylaws of the assemblies. Now, when you go into the assemblies and they will tell you ask them, most of them will tell you that they don't have direct control of the funds that is supposed to be used for addressing sanitation issues purposely. Now, I know that the District Assembly's Common Fund provides something of a sort and all that, but let's also be very, very critical in ensuring that the bylaws are implemented. Gone were the days when there were sanitation inspectors. But recently, although they are being trained, and the only moment you hear from them is when their allowances or their work something has not been paid. So every now and then they want to go on strike and all that. But I think as a people, we must do more to protect the lives of the very people we seek to govern, the very people we are governing. This you see, the issue of cholera is basic. This is not. You don't need any wild scientific investigation to know that the people. This is what is causing it. We know what causes it. What it means is that you have drunk or eaten your own this and it's sanitation, your own or somebody's own. But the point is
your own what? This thing.
But the point is that if education
what is this thing?
Your own mess.
When the education goes down to the people, these things will be prevented.
Right.
Now the education, for instance, NCC has a role to play in this. The Ministry of Information has a role to play in this. Why do we only hear of them when it is everything and it's got to do with politics? There are other aspects of society that needs these kinds of education. Now, I was thinking when the Adan one broke, that was enough trigger to tell the necessary authorities that let's get on the ground. And for me, I'm saying that, look, it was just some weeks ago that they were telling, and it was true. Like, I evaluated it and I said, oh, yes, for a long time ago, these things, you don't hear, oh, cholera has happened here, cholera has happened. Now we've started with Adan, it's gotten to Kaswa. Kaswa is heavily populated. Now, if care is not taken, the necessary measures, education is not taken, we are going to wake up one day with a huge problem on our hands. And that will overwhelm our health infrastructure. And no one should kid himself. If it becomes national, it will overwhelm them. So to prevent it, you go on the ground, do the education, ensure that bylaws are made, because some of the issues too has to do with the behavior of the people. You see somebody eating somewhere and then throwing it away. Then somebody just messes up in some polythene bag, throws it somewhere, all this manner of things, you know. So we have the aspect of the authorities, and we have the ones that deal with the human beings as well. You know, when he was speaking, he talked about street lights. We go and put the street lights there, and then some notorious human being goes and then dismembers every other thing, and he thinks, what? You see, so some of the time these things, we really need to look at it from a perspective that seeks to always ensure that we have our hands on the problem.
Right.
We have our hands on the problem. I'm thinking by now, when you go to Kasua, it should be visible enough to see the authorities on the ground trying to ensure that an escalation is prevented. One life lost is too many.
Too many.
Yes.
Right.
And you have, I think, counting Kasua 5 or something.
Yeah, 5.
In all, when you, so in all with Kasua and then Adan, I think we are inching towards 20 or something.
And these are just the reported cases.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have places where the person might be suffering from cholera, but
they attribute it to her grandmother.
Yes, something else. And you'll be in the house, you are treating in the house, and they say, oh, you just woke up in the morning and then.
But let's quickly. There's something that I that has just occurred to me. How many medical schools do we have? Okay. How many medical schools do we have? A lot. Okay. And so we are producing doctors. Yet, with all that expertise, we are dying from cholera. How many nursing schools do we have?
But is it about the doctors and nurses?
No.
Like Oje said, it's,
I'll get there. Cheap compounds, clinics, hospitals. I mean, every year, all the politicians are boasting about, I built this, I built that, I built that, I built that. Okay, so we have the hospitals. At the hospitals, it just meant that when you are sick, we have a place to go and dump you. No, it shouldn't be like that. It should be the prevention first, and then when it becomes worse, then we can take you for the cure or treatment. And we are not getting that. Okay, we have hygiene students who are at home without jobs. So if the health service or the Ministry of Health was minded, Okoboy, I mean, we all know him, very, outspoken, so and so. I mean, he should just have thought of this. Deploying some of these public health nurses or all these nurses who are home doing nothing, you pay them something to go around the various communities to educate people.
Public awareness.
Exactly, to create public awareness so that we don't have to get here where people are dying and so on. Sanitation, talk to the people. Okay? Having said that, there is a certain concern that says that this is the money he talked about, that most of the health facilities are not, they are not getting medications. The normal medicines that they will get from the state, to treat one condition or the other. I think cholera treatment is supposed to be free or so. But people are not getting some of these medicines. The hospitals are not getting them to treat the people. So you go through the treatment process, and at the end of the day, a prescription is given you to go out there and go and buy the medicine on your own. Okay? And so if the person is ill and he knows that when he gets to the hospital, he would have to be told to go and buy his medication. All he needs to do is to walk into a pharmacy and be doing self-medication.
So cholera, you see, apart from the education, it also has everything to do with our own behavior.
Yes, the people. Yeah.
And once, you see, the education must go around. You see, recently, I think they are not even done. They are on polio vaccination. See, the kind of enthusiasm and then efforts they put into it. I think that should have been the first thing they should have done when the Adan issue
It should happen, yeah.
You just trigger the processes, move into the communities, ensure that you place ads on.
So it's basically being more proactive.
Being more proactive. We shouldn't wait.
It appears COVID, because there was so much money to blow.
We were very proactive.
Yeah, we were very proactive.
Anyway.
Everybody was involved. Fellow Ghanaians.
No, but if you see, even this polio, I think if they use the same strategy, it will achieve a lot.
Right.
Just ensure that people, because you see, like I say, cholera, you know what causes it.
Yeah.
So addressing it is very simple.
So we have like 5 minutes more right now, but let's touch on the Bawku and conflict and security concerns. So Bawku and Binduri assemblies...
Why won't you make it 10 minutes?
...have been shut down. If I hear from my producers.
Okay.
But yeah.
They've heard us.
So the ongoing conflict in Bawku has led to the closure of assemblies in Bawku and Binduri. Now, Oje, can you give us a bit of context on how this conflict actually escalated from where it is to one place?
Well, the current one was because a rival chief appeared from nowhere and then entered the community. Now he enters the community, and then the current thing we are experiencing escalated. So you are asking yourself, so is a chief who or a personality who had been barred from the place?
Okay.
Yes, and they had gone to court. There were court warrants, arrest warrants, and all those things that had been set aside and all that. Then they woke up one day, and then he appears in the community, and you are thinking it's like magic. You are thinking how security services, so they didn't see it, or they didn't know. Who doesn't know within the security apparatus that the mere appearance of this man will cause this kind of problem? And now you are having buses being stopped by rival factions and visiting. You know, there's always revenge. When you touch this one, the other one also touch. So that is where we've come from. So the basic issue of the conflict is there, but the current one we are seeing now is this is what escalated it. And then from there, obviously, like we said here the last time, when it happens, it has an impact on education, on health, and all that. Now, the assemblies say they can't even work. Even before the assemblies, the Chief Justice also closed all the courts in there, because it says that it needs to protect the people she superintends over. Same with the assembly. The assembly is saying that, look, we don't even have the protection
that we
to
need,
really, and because of the way the kind of revenge and the kind of atrocities is taking place there, you are not sure you can guarantee the security of your staff. So the DC, he can't guarantee, because you'll be in a bus coming. Just 2 days ago, a bus was going somewhere, it was stopped. The occupants, there was, I think, an occupant, the driver or something, the bus was bent together with the occupant.
Oh my.
So now you are wondering, what if your staff is in that bus?
Ooh.
By the time you finish explaining his Methodism 38, God be with you till we meet again, and you don't want to go into such things, and that's why the assemblies are closing down. It's distressing. Very stressful. It's very, very stressful, the kind of things that is happening there. But for me, I think on this score, our security apparatus and the networks didn't help us enough, because you just can't imagine how it happens that this personality managed to go there. Because in conflict resolution and even addressing issues of this, you don't need force to prevent him. You don't need force to prevent him. At best, you can start with convincing dialogue, telling that, look, when you go in there, these are the consequences. And because of the security nature of the whole place, i.e., we are bordering Togo, we are bordering Burkina Faso, and all the places we are bordering, there seems to be an activity by terrorist groups in there. The northern side, there seems to be an activity at every point in time, and they see it. Our security services see it. We have a whole barracks in Bawku, the general area of Bawku. We have a whole barracks in Bawku. So all these people, what were they doing? You ask yourself, and then you are tempted to just throw your hands in there, because they were put there for a purpose. Our security apparatus knows the situation in Bawku. They know how to maintain calm. So how do we allow ourselves to get here at this time? To get here at this time, more so when there's unfriendly activity on the borders.
Yes.
When there's unfriendly activities on the border, because what we are just creating a situation to allow infiltration.
Exactly. So it can actually have a ripple effect.
Yes. And this all is new. So to get somebody to just move in there like none of us saw it coming, beats my imagination.
Right. So, Larry, do you think there are any social and economic consequences of shutting down the assembly?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Development is halted.
Development is halted. This is a local government, okay? And so once you shut it down, who is going to coordinate what? Who is going to do what? In any case, this is supposed to be the guys who are in charge of the security of that area, dissect.
Right.
Okay? So if the guys who are supposed to, monitor or implement the security arrangement in that area they've closed down.
So now the responsibility will be on the region. The people who ordinarily will be in the thick of affairs say that we can't be in this fire. So let's withdraw and then see. So in effect, it's looking like
it's a shutdown. It's a complete shutdown.
It's looking like now deal with yourself.
So, but do you think it's at this? Say at this point now, do you think this is when probably the security institutes like the military or the police should come in?
They are already there.
They are already there and collecting money.
That's why I'm wondering. There's a whole barracks in that general area. They are already there. But at this point in time, with the withdrawal of these two assemblies, what it tells you is that the security of these two places is now being thrown up into the air, because the district, the dissect is made up of the police chief, the military person there, the national security rep there, and all those. Now, if these people cannot meet, well, you can say they can meet on Zoom and then just instruct. That is okay. But what it means with the closure of this is that the responsibility has now been transferred onto the RECSEC, which is the regional security apparatus, so that they will be able to intervene.
Where is it?
Leaves the locals.
It's in Bulgaria.
Yeah, that will be in Bulgaria. That's the regional security, so superintended by the regional minister. So they will have to do that. Now, they are common fund. They can't sit to disburse it.
You see, it's taking my time.
they can't even disburse it.
Oh yeah, I have a lot to say.
Please share.
So you see, what's the level of intelligence that people are gathering? Okay, in any serious environment, the security, the intelligence will be so conk. You would have infiltrated, both the Kusasi camp and then the Mamprugu or Mampushi. The language is what?
It's Mampusi.
The language is Mampusi. Okay. The tribe is
Mampusi.
Okay. You would have infiltrated that camp, and they will be giving you, reports or their movement that this is what is going to happen. Quickly, you deploy a crack team of military, police people, and any other person. And I could even announce that there's anybody who shows up here, you are dead meat. So you strike some level of fear in there, so they won't do a thing like that. Now, we can't have an area where the court system that is supposed to enforce,
it's shut down.
Punitive, is shut down. And we think that that's okay. Okay? The local administration is also shut down. We think that is okay. Economic activities, markets, women can go and sell. Schools are also shut down. Kids are home. So they wouldn't be able to write the normal exams that everybody is writing. You get it? Teachers have fled, yet they are receiving pay every month. Okay? And we are okay. We have a president. And it's a very beautiful situation. Nobody is talking. All we hear is, oh, don't say that. And then listen, we know the numbers. The actual numbers are not being reported.
True.
They are massaging the numbers. The death toll is massive. But they are massaging it. Don't talk about it, because Bawku is a specialized area. How do you do that? How do you run a country like that? Yet we tell you that the security is so tight. Nobody can penetrate. They tell you about how, these insurgents are just, coming in and, exactly.
Yeah.
When you say it quickly, national security issues a statement and says that this is not true. Yet, yes, we are supposed to be comfortable with it because they are saying it is not true. But the people on the ground are giving us a different story. Okay? And then, we are giving them money every now and then. Ministry, we've seen documents around as to how much money goes there. Every 3 months, they collect about 6 million Ghana cedis or so. Okay? And how is that money disbursed? And the soldiers are supposed to be there. Like he said, there's a box. There's military detachment there. There's also, there's also a police station over there. There's BNI, today's NIB. There's customs there because it's the border town.
Yeah.
Okay? And the state security is massively represented there. Yet they can't control anything. Now some people can go, the Kusasis can waylay a bus coming and be demanding your Ghana card. And as soon as you have a Kusasi name, they shoot you. Sorry, you have a Mamprushi name or Mamprugu name, they shoot you dead. Wow. And the other group, the Mamprushis also are also doing the same. We've seen pictures of it, and we're okay.
So it's like we are all here watching something like the Tutsis and the Hutsis.
Exactly.
That happening right
yesterday,
in front
somebody
of us.
made a comment that, listen, maybe we should create a two-state kind of a two-state solution, where you have the Mamprushis having their chief, and then you have the Kusasis also having their chief. So then we have Bawku Naba Mamprushi or Bawku Naba stroke Kusasi.
That wouldn't work if you know the history of the conflict.
You understand?
It's an issue of identity.
We can't be doing this to ourselves at this day and age. Chiefs are supposed to be agents of development, like he rightly asked. I mean, the man, when he was out of the place, everything was fine. That we didn't hear of, tension could be there, but then we didn't hear of murders and, but the man goes in there, and then now we are killing ourselves. And what was the level of intelligence? Who is talking to Nairi? Okay, to say that, Charlie, can you talk to your guy down there? We can't continue to be doing this all the time. The president should have been in Narelugu by this time, talking to somebody. I don't think he would want to leave Bawku in the state it is now, in a few days when he leaves office.
Exactly. And we expect this area to also join the election.
They are going to vote.
Right.
You wait. On the day of election, I'm sure everything will be peaceful. And then after the election, things will blow up. But we are in Bawku. And then Binduri. From Binduri, we will go to other places. And then the whole place is boom.
Trickle down, yeah.
You get it? I mean, let's reason. Let's reason.
Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. This has been a very interesting conversation, and very big thank you to each and every one of you watching. So I was joined by Richard Mensah, who's the head of programs production at City FM, and Larry Dogbe, managing editor at the Herald newspaper. And remember to always stay informed, join national discourse, and also hold your leaders accountable, because we're getting close to the election. And remember to vote peacefully. And this has been the news review segment. We'll take a quick break and we will be right back.
Smile. Ready for a smile makeover? Hi, I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. Cosmetic dentistry services can enhance your smile's beauty and boost your confidence with a more attractive and radiant look. Whether you're interested in teeth whitening, veneers, or a complete smile transformation, an experienced dental team can help you achieve the smile of your dreams. The process begins with a consultation where we assess your oral health, discuss your specific concerns and goals to create a tailored treatment plan. While smile makeovers primarily focus on improving the appearance of the smile, they can also offer functional benefits such as better bite alignment, improved chewing ability, and enhanced overall health.
Healthy smile.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration.
Beaver grapes and from the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Beaver drink at a burst of refreshment. Beaver grapes and orange. Give me Beaver cocktail and tangerine. Celebrate every moment with Beaver drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Beaver drink, a taste you will love. Heat for Beaver.
This advert is FDA approved.
The Africa Continental Engineering and Construction Network present the second edition of the African Continental Engineering Architecture, Construction and Real Estate Summit. Theme: Integrating Sustainable Built Environment for Socio-Economic Transformation through the use of new generation building technologies and generative artificial intelligence. Are you a building contractor, civil engineer, surveyor, planner, architect, real estate developer, or building material supplier looking for an opportunity to network, partner, or collaborate with the most influential industry players? This summit is for you, as it is the grand gathering of all stakeholders of the building and construction industry. Your long-awaited opportunity to land the big contract, boost sales, and network with industry giants is finally here. Special guest of honor and speaker, Dr. Daniel McCall, Executive Chairman, McDan Group. Keynote speaker, Engineer Margaret Aina Oguntala, President, Nigerian Society of Engineers. Venue, the Liner Platts Conference Center, Adrigano, East Legon. Date, November 27th and 28th, 2024. For sponsorship and exhibition, please call 0209 032280 or scan the QR code to register. Visit our website at acecnltd.com. Sponsors, partners, the African Continental Engineering, Architecture, Construction and Real Estate Summit, building an integrative African built environment for African prosperity. See you there.
Hey, Swagger, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please, I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for interns. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Hey, now, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Welcome back. It's time for us to get into another conversation right here on Breakfast Daily, and we are looking at giving back. You know, one of the things that we're very big on here at Channel 1 TV and of course 97.3 CDFM is giving back to society and all that. So we have a group that's here, Medicare Foundation, and they've been having a series of different interventions in Ghana, and they're embarking on a free health screening outreach in some communities. Now I've been joined in studio by Nana Hagen-Cherry. She's the founder and CEO of Medicare Foundation. Alexander Hagen-Cherry is also here. He's co-founder as well, Medicare Foundation, and Frederick Boampon Jinti. He's the prayer lead. Okay, I'm going to be finding out a bit about that. What's in, prayer and Medicare. Oh, we're going to find out what's going on there with the Medicare Foundation as well. So, gentlemen and lady, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
How you all doing?
Yeah,
very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Very busy,
super.
but it's been good.
Busy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us about Medicare Foundation, what it is that you do, and why you're in Ghana at this time.
Okay.
Any of you can take it.
Yeah, so Medicare Foundation, it's a non-profit organization. We started in Manchester,
in the UK.
Okay.
And we promote good health and well-being. So our niche is to create awareness on sickle cell, to advocate for sickle cell patients, and to create awareness on blood donation, to promote blood donation among the blacks, the BAME community. So back in Manchester, we noticed that a lot of the blacks, although sickle cell affects our community, most of us are not very aware of what they actually suffer or what they go through, and most of us also do not donate blood. So we thought it wise to create that awareness for people to understand what the condition is, and also to encourage people to imbibe into blood donation.
Blood donations. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Now, I'm curious, before I come to you, let me talk to Mr. Bompon there. So prayer lead, why does a foundation called Medicare Foundation need prayer?
That is where the difference is, because we are not any ordinary foundation.
Okay.
We are a Christian organization.
Okay.
And so founded on Christian beliefs on our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We believe that what will give us the platform of exposure is prayer.
Okay.
As we pray and we ask God, please open the doors for us. It happens.
Yeah.
And if our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, when he came on this earth, one of the things he did was to pray.
Okay. Yeah.
What about us?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So he prayed so much that even his disciples saw the need, and they
Yeah.
said, teach us how to pray.
Okay.
And actually it happened that a situation happened, and he told his disciples, this doesn't go except by fasting and prayer.
Okay.
So he gave them the blueprint over there.
Yeah.
So we believe that through prayer, things will happen for us. And we have seen the effects of it.
Okay, I love that. Now, Alex, what have you done so far since arriving in Ghana?
Yeah, so we've had a very busy schedule since we arrived in Ghana. We touched down on Thursday night. And
this past Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as we touched down, the next day we were in radio stations to create awareness and let people know that we are here. Then on Saturday we had the health fair and health screening. So before people donate their blood, they have to go through a series of checks to make sure that they're eligible to give the blood. So once we finished that, we then began to go from yesterday. We went to Medina Polyclinic.
Okay.
We went to Adabraka Polyclinic to make donation clinical styles.
Okay.
And then, that's what we've been doing so far.
Okay. So you've been donating to medical supplies to these institutions as well as doing the screenings all that. Why is that an important intervention for you?
It is, because we're saying that we're promoting good health and well-being. So aside our niche of sickle cell and blood donation, the good health aspect is also very important to us. A sound mind and a sound body.
Okay.
So we wanted to visit various institutions to see how healthcare is and how the facilities are, and without making any promises, what is it that we can also do to help? So that is why we visited those institutions. So we had a few medical supplies that we wanted to give, and then we donated it to them as a courtesy. We didn't want to go empty-handed just to go and find out or visit, but we visited with something which is generic that can be used by any clinic, and then to find out some of the challenges and see how the facilities are looking like.
All right. Now, what's left to do? I'm sure you don't have too much time on your hands left. What's left to do? How many more places are you visiting, and what are you doing?
So tomorrow is
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thursday we've got a free health screening in Achem Marse in the Eastern region.
Okay.
Where we're having a free health screening. Basic health screening. We're having eye screening, ear screening, breast cancer screening.
Okay.
So the various health screenings that we're doing in Achem Marse. We're also doing a donation of medical supplies to the health center there.
Okay.
And then we'll be visiting. We can't come to Ghana without visiting the sickle cell unit. So we'll be visiting the Kolibo sickle cell unit as well to see the facilities there and how things are going and do some little donation there too.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, what was it that drew you specifically to sickle cell? I mean, of all the different conditions that Medicare Foundation could have been zeroing in on sickle cell? Why?
I think it's a very interesting one because I don't know if I'm allowed to say it here, but none of us is even a career. Not my wife, none of my children. But she served in the British Army for 13 years as a military nurse. And when she came out, there was this thing going on in the NHS, National Health Service in England, asking for blood donation from the black community.
Okay.
Because people with sickle cell usually will need blood transfusion. And although you can take anybody's blood, there come a time that you need a blood.
Yeah.
You need a match.
Yes.
And people don't go forward to donate. So she was like, what's going on here? You know, so when she looked into it, she said, nah, we're going to do something about this. So that is why she came out with the sickle. And I was like, what is this? I didn't even know much about it.
Okay.
But then with much study, because my background is finance, you know, I'm not even a healthcare professional, she is. But following her and working with her, I've learned so much about sickle cell. And now it's in here, it's here, you know. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Right. Now, is there, how do people reach out to you if they can, if there's any, you know, they want to contribute, they want to help, and I do have a social media, you know, contact, somewhere they can reach out?
Yeah, so we are on Instagram, Medicare Foundation UK on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram. We're on Facebook as well as Medicare Foundation. We are on LinkedIn and on X.
Yeah.
X, formerly Twitter. Yeah, we are on that as well. Since we've been in Ghana doing this, we've asked that if you want to partner with us in anything that we're doing, because we believe that this is the first of many. So if you want to partner with us, if you want to support us, if you want to be a part of us, if I'm permitted, I don't know the number offhand, but we've got a number 020 096 9941.
All right, please repeat that.
020 096 9941.
Okay.
If I can quickly add to that, even this morning we've started getting emails from people asking for our help.
Okay.
And we've seen that the work is huge. We cannot do it ourselves. We cannot do it alone. We are leading it, we are driving it. And we are calling people to come on board. Sometimes the condition sickle cell is almost like a taboo. Nobody talks about it in our community. People are dying silently. So please come. We will not come and take anything from you to go back to the UK or to do anything with it. But we have come with a heart that if you join us, if you join Medicare, how much difference can we make in the life of somebody who has got nothing?
Fantastic. Any final words from you? Mr. Prayer Lead.
Sickle cell is something that it's not like malaria or anything that you contract. It is something that is passed on.
Yeah, genetic.
And it is not somebody's fault. So please, if we are calling for help, and you know that you can help us, just come partner with us. Let's hold hands together and forge ahead. I believe we can make a change in somebody's life.
Fantastic. Thank you. Final words from you, Nana.
Like my children will always say, we are all the same, but they are a little different inside. So you see somebody and we all look the same, but they're just a little different inside because of the change in that blood. So as my husband and my brother has already said, we're calling on for support. We're calling on for people, like-minded people to join hands so that we can make a difference in the lives of people living with the condition.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming through. All right. We'll be speaking with Nana Hagan-Cherry. She's founder and CEO of Medicare Foundation. Also, Alexander Hagan-Cherry. He's co-founder of Medicare Foundation. And Frederick Bompon-Jinti. He's the prayer lead for Medicare Foundation. Let's take a look at our entertainment highlights, and we'll be back with more.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome. Now, Afrobeat stars Mr. Easy and Moogies have teamed up with Ghanaian newcomer DJ on a fresh single, For My Hand, produced by Killer Tunes. The track revives the dynamic feel of Ghana's 2010 music scene, particularly celebrating the Azonto dance moves. blending nostalgic Azonto rhythms with a modern Afrobeat vibe. The song offers an irresistible beat for the dance floor. Known for their seamless collaborations, Mr. Easy and Mugies once again deliver a global appeal, merging their unique styles into a captivating, cross-border track that pays homage to Ghana's rich music culture. Ghanaian actress Jackie Appiah won Best Actress in a Leading Role for her role in Red Carpet at the 2024 Movie Academy Awards AMAA in Lagos, Nigeria, on November 2, competing against notable actresses including Girlie Jazama and Oyin Oladejo. Jackie secured the prestigious award. Red Carpet, directed by Frank Raja Arase, boasts a stellar cast with Ghanaian stars like Kalsum Senari, Ajete Anan, and Juliet Ibrahim, alongside Nigerian actor Deyemi Okolanwon. The award was announced by the Academy on their Facebook page, celebrating Jackie's standout performance in the star-studded film. Now we'll end entertainment highlights on a rather sad note because legendary musician and producer Quincy Jones, celebrated for his work with icons like Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra, has passed away at 91. Jones, who won 28 Grammy Awards and influenced jazz and pop for over 75 years, is best known for producing Michael Jackson's Thriller album and hits like We Are the World, Dirty Diana, Bad, and Smooth Criminal for Michael Jackson. Now, We Are the World was the charity single for Ethiopia's famine relief. He also composed scores for over 50 films, including The Italian Job, and produced The Color Purple and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Jones's legacy spans music, film, and television, with tributes pouring in from figures across the entertainment industry. Now, our heartfelt condolences to the family of Quincy Jones, and may the legendary icon rest in power. And this is how we end entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily. For more entertainment news, visit GhanaWeekend.com. I am Ni Komete Kome.
John, mema wakwaba.
Yeah, say.
Alaji, mema wakwaba.
Yeah.
John, I had a bro, one on them.
I really am a Ghana and Tina Menamo, and Breca Cran Mijano. Don't know anything about Masaba.
Alaji, I had a bro.
Yo, Medase. Moamonim, Tamana, Amawa, which Momiana, and Bobo and a Kakra. As I say, dear, my crowd said, me person me bewareno. Namiko CSL. Name man sign Jan and Nasubium, no your crabeshe.
Yo, I was not for, yes, Empa. Yo, I'm a Ghana. What's wrong?
Mean to me, ain't son, cheap. Your bread baby, I would have a fair way. I'm on a wheat. Baby, mean to me, beauty. Forward ever, backwards.
Never.
Never.
John, what Okoya would me very fast. I would say, a come, do so. Trap me none of me. Yeah, 3 years such as here by a come and your school uncle. And I say, yeah, on my essay.
I say, my sister, be show ball. Sahu machi, 2 o'clock okra. Meko band, the Kwaku Iska, Eddie Abraham Ghana. Nama Bonigretri, I'm not starting Kokon Kete. Hey!
Akunta, you are still incompetent.
2 persons outside the Mamia Brabo, and 2 chachas to say aviator. There be Embasso.
Alaji has also promised us jobs through digitalization. A Jimambe Busise.
Alaji dear, Metanasua, Nemasore, and maybe a mechanic Besano, which me talk and near light when you phone so, and mammy, baby, I will never be. You are Magana, and your men may worry amount. Alaji ni, Jones ni, what choose?
No, Ababa said. Alaji. number one.
Alhaji number one.
Sure.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, wait. You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Google radio. We are star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let's
choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4.
Now we you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets.
I'm choosing random tickets.
Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. T&Cs apply.
While the boys get front row seats to an exciting Premier League game, the girls are next door, catching up on a scenic getaway to the Australian outback. Watching together is always better. That's why DSTV Stream has content for the whole family to enjoy. Families that watch together, bond together.
Welcome back, and it's time for us to get into another conversation right here on Breakfast Daily. We have an International Ministers Conference that's about to start shortly, November 6th to November 8th, and you don't want to miss out on this great conversation we're about to have. My friend and pastor of Rohi Church, the lead pastor for Rohi Church, Reverend Emmanuel Mefo, has joined us on the set this morning. Hey, Emmanuel. How you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm super. Thank you.
It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to
to
have you here. I mean, if we were to go specifically, it must be about at least 15 years. At least 15 years since we saw each other. Yeah, but fantastic. So tell us about the International Ministers Conference.
Right. So the conference starts tomorrow, which is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it's morning sessions. The conference was birthed out of the International Ministers Network.
Okay.
So we formed a network thinking that, ministers or ministry is one of the most thankless callings on earth, really. And it's not the most difficult.
Yeah.
And people have a lot of bad things to say about ministers and ministry and all of that. Yeah. And most ministers go through this with discouragement, with pain, with hurt. Nobody really cares. So we thought that let's come together, like-minded ministers, come together, let's have this network where we encourage, we mentor, we guide, we direct, and we train.
Yeah.
So Ministers Conference is an offshoot of that.
Okay.
This is where we train the people, this is where we bring encouragement, this is where we establish them and guide them.
Okay.
So really, last year we had the first one. Prior to last year, we had a few, which were like mentoring young pastors.
Okay.
But last year we had a major one, and then this year is the second one. And it's all about bringing them together, encouraging them, guiding them, training them, some of them certifying them, and getting them to be on course, really. There are people who have received a calling but don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So these are also brought in to guide and to help and to teach and to train. So basically, Ministers Conference is about that.
Now, I listen to you a lot on our own channel, 97.3 City FM. For years, I was, you were on and I was listening to you. But one of the things I'm curious about is the importance of a conference like this in helping to sort of sanitize the space. Because you find out all kinds of offshoots, people preaching all kinds of strange things, saying all kinds of strange things, and then, it all sort of blows back in a bad way towards Christianity and everything else. Tell us about the importance of a conference like this to help sanitize the space.
Okay, so, the Bible says that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So we have a problem in this space because people are operating without knowledge, without a lot of information, without guidance. And so people just receive what they call a calling, and they just start running. Every messenger carries a message. Usually, most of our people just hear a word and they begin to run. We don't wait for the message. And that's what's happening. So when you come for this conference, or this conference sets out to try and, you know, bring some sanity, guidance with knowledge, information, how to go about it, what to do. So, for example, on Thursday, which is day 2, we are having a breakout session. And this breakout session will be addressing 4 different subjects. And they are all how-tos. How to preach, how to assimilate and get the people to stay, how to build a proper women's ministry, how to. So the how to practical. Steps, So it is not for you to come and receive information. It's actually for you to come and receive a to-do list on what to go and do to help your ministry become impactful and sanitize what we are doing. Because everybody has some kind of percentage of deviation that must be worked on. So these are the things that we do when we come for the conference.
All right, so who are you expecting to attend this conference?
Right, so IMC is actually for everybody, but our focus group would be ministers of the gospel, church workers, and potential ministers. And I say potential ministers are people who have been called but are not sure what to do. So these are the people that we are expecting in this conference, because we have put together great speakers. We have the chairman of Christ Apostolic Church International, Apostle Amponsa Frimpong. He is the one speaking. We have, and this man has been doing this ministry for 30 plus years, has hundreds of churches, pastors, and leaders, and has done. One of the things that strikes me about him is that he has gone through poisoning, he has gone through attacks on his life in the church. So he has a lot to share to young ministers coming up. I mean, the last time I met him and he started opening up to me, I was like, we have not seen anything yet, you know. And then we have Reverend Dr. Anthony Kujo, ICGC Sakumono, who is also very, very, very well versed in church building and structures. And one of the reasons why I am excited for him coming is that, you know, we have a lot of pastors who say that they can't do well as branch pastors, and they have to break off and break away and start their own and do stuff like that. Dr. Anthony Kujo has worked under Dr. Otabil for years and has flourished. So his dimension of ministry would also talk to those who are associates to do well as an associate. So we have that. And then we have Bishop Ahiagbede. He's 40 plus years in ministry. So we have, and myself as well, you know. So we have all these guys coming together. So it's going to really be impactful for whoever is coming. Whether you are a pastor, you are a minister, you are a church worker, or you are hoping to become. You are in the right place.
Fantastic. Now, we sometimes, you know, the Bible says that we as Christians should be the salt of the earth and so on and so forth, light of the world, salt of the earth and so on. But you find that a lot of the times Christians tend to be Christians in their church. But when it comes to society, they are not as visible, as impactful and so on. The upcoming elections is a classic example. How do you think the work you're doing in Roy Church, in the International Ministers Conference and all that can impact on society using, let's say, the elections as an example?
Great. So impact in ministry can be taken from 3 areas. Is your calling, your congregation, and your community. If your message is not affecting the community, you are not making an impact. If your church isn't changing, you are not making an impact. And if your calling is not being answered, you are not making the impact. Now, we have, last year we had about 700 pastors gathering. These are people who are speaking on a regular basis to people. Gathering them this year, the plan is not only to teach them what to do in their churches, but also to give them a particular message, knowing that this year is our election year. We need to get our speakers, our preachers to make impact in that area.
Okay.
Salt, light, we have to bring it out so that people begin to live what they are hearing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not every church, every pastor is speaking that language now. We are, okay, so I would want to say that to become this cutting edge minister, you must be relevant to the times.
Okay.
And unfortunately, not everybody is relevant to the times.
Okay.
Not everybody even knows what is going on in the political space, in the economy, and things like that. So in conferences like these, we throw light on these issues for pastors to go back and then communicate that to their congregation and to the people around, so that we can get the word that we need for the people to do and to hear, to go out there.
Wow.
So that's where there's no platform bigger or better currently than the IMC, where you can get about 1,000 of these guys hearing and going to speak it.
Wow. So you're going to actually be talking to them about relevance in society.
Yes.
Even regarding how to address the issues of speaking about elections.
Yes, David, I think that a pastor fails when they are not relevant. We have enjoyed, so at a point I changed my service, my morning service, to call it Relevant Word Service.
Okay.
Because I realized that, like relevant radio,
Yeah, relevant radio.
we must be relevant. There's no point. There's no point doing something that is irrelevant.
Yeah.
And most of our preachers are speaking the Bible. They are speaking the old time religion. They are speaking it.
Yeah.
But the method of delivering,
relating it to reality,
has become irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is the platform where we are talking about how to make the word relevant, how to make the ministry relevant, how to become yourself a relevant minister to your congregation and to the public.
Yeah. Are there experiences you've had from, let's say, last year and then some of the other mentorship sessions you had in years past that you think would be inspiring or exciting for people who are watching and trying to take a decision? Should we go or should we not go?
Oh, many.
Okay.
Many.
We've had
These young guys who, like the potential, who had received a calling but didn't know how to start and what to do. Through the mentorship sessions, most of them have now started their ministry. Some are actually even fully online based.
Oh, I see.
Because they were hoping that they would find money to establish. We taught them that, listen, ministry has really moved. Go ye into the world and preach the gospel. It's not in a classroom, it's not in a room. If you take your phone and you sit down and you have the message, you can hit many more people than just having a sitting in a classroom. So that is also happening. We have pastors who have come back with stories that the information received last year has helped us establish A, B, and C in the ministry. Things are changing.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? Some came with mind-blowing testimonies, and I believe that this year is even going to be better. And then those who received an anointing to heal, an anointing to do that, because there was an impartation service as well. So we have had a lot of these things, and this year is going to be greater.
It sounds like it. Now your theme is ministry with results. Help us with that.
Ministry with results.
Yes.
You know, everybody starts anything that they do to get results. Results could be growth in the church, growth in the Christianity of the people, growth in their spirituality, more branches and all that. But results come from certain practices, certain routines, and certain steps that must be taken. And so not everybody has the results because they don't know what to do. So in this conference, we give you the tools that will help you to get the results that you need. In fact, sometimes people don't even know what results they are looking for. So in these breakout sessions, we would point you to the things that you must be looking out for. Sometimes people are even getting the results, but they are still not sure that this is the result. This is what they must be seeing. So we need to get these guys pointed to the right direction. So results is what we are looking for.
Fantastic. Now, there's a question that I like to ask a lot of musicians when they come here, and it's gospel musicians, I should say, when they come here. And I'm going to ask you this. So
I'm sure you know I'm not a musician.
No, So the question is this: in terms of ministry, One of the things I remember, I think it was Yongicho who said, he was asked this question that if you were to give up certain things that you do in ministry, which of them would be the last one that you would give up? You know, and he was talking about prayer and the Holy Spirit and so on. Now, talk to us about the place and importance of depending on the Holy Spirit vis-a-vis working the machinery of the ministry.
Okay.
I think you understand.
I understand. I understand perfectly. Okay. So, from my little experience and a bit of information that I've got, there are two sides to. There are more sides, but two sides to the ministry. Okay. There is the spiritual side and the strategy side. Okay. The spiritual side definitely, completely depends on the Holy Spirit. Without the Holy Spirit, the Bible says the Holy Spirit gives us power to do the things that we do. The Holy Spirit teaches us what to do. The Holy Spirit guides us in what to say and all of these things. So the Holy Spirit, the power, the effect, and the presence of the Holy Spirit cannot be even overestimated. It is what it is. We need the Holy Spirit. However, you also need the strategy, because it is human beings you are working with. There are structures, there are systems in place. So those two things must work together. The unfortunate problem we have is that we have people who have mastered strategy without spirituality. And we have people who have mastered spirituality without. But if you look around our religious circles, you'd see that the people who are making impact have not only been spiritual, they have been very strategic and spiritual as well. You may see a pastor who will never say, the Spirit told me, or I heard the Spirit say. But when you go into their service, you see a lot of Holy Spirit move, spiritual actions, in addition to their strategy, that is making it work. So you can't put a value on the need and the importance of the Holy Spirit, but you must have the strategy as well. And that's why I believe that some of these conferences help, because you have different dimensions. I mean, I was talking to Dr. Kujo, and then I said, you have the Chief Justice, you have the law courts, you have all these people in your church. How do you find them? He says, we make them.
Wow.
I said, you have bank managers, you have directors.
So I suppose what he's saying is that they didn't become and then they joined us.
No.
They started from here.
They started and we built them.
Wow.
So, and there's a strategy for building and keeping until they become. Because most people gather, they can't build and keep. They scatter. So how do you strategically, apart from spiritually, how do you strategically build and keep till they become, so that they can also become a benefit to the ministry? So these are the things that we are looking at. And they will be in the conference.
That's fascinating.
You know, they will be in the conference. Wow. I was blown away when he said that. He said, we make them. I was like, okay. So we shouldn't. He said, this one like this. He mentioned names. He said, this one came here. I helped him to choose his courses when he was going to SHS.
Wow.
And this person is now
there.
Top.
Okay.
To even pay his first fee in the university.
Okay.
So these are people that we have brought in as children.
So literally make them.
And we've made them. How many of our young ministers are thinking of making people as against stealing people?
Yes.
So we need to get these things in place, the strategy and the spirituality, so that you know the strategy, but you know, go into the spirit, but know the strategy too.
All right. So in terms of attending the conference, is it free? You know, will it also be streamed?
It would definitely be streamed, but it's free. Okay. And I would prefer that if you are living in Accra, Tema, come in. The atmosphere in the building is different,
from online.
Definitely different. But we have people coming from Tamale, we have people coming from Wale, we have Ashanti region, we have Volta region coming in. It is in Committee 22.
Okay.
The Rohi Church is the place, and it starts tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it's 9 a.m. We don't have evening sessions.
Okay.
It's 9 a.m. Okay. And to register, you just call 0204 336 002.
Okay, please repeat that number.
0204 336 002. Once you call, we just want to know who is coming so that we prepare. And somebody asked me, that if it's free, why should we call before we come?
Yeah.
I said, well, because pastors and ministers, most of them have not been. You see big ministers and pastors around, and you think that all pastors are like that. Not everybody is like that.
Yeah.
This is just like 5% of the people. Most are disrespected, most are disregarded. So you want to create a system where when they come this time, they'll be honored. You know where you are going to sit. You know what, we prepare for you properly. That's why we need you to call and tell us you are coming. We have accommodation that we are providing for people.
Okay.
Yeah, some people are coming, we are accommodating them, we are feeding them, we are transporting some and all of that. So we need you to call in and register so that we can help. It's Committee 22, Tema.
Okay, fantastic. Right, so all roads lead to Tema from tomorrow. Tomorrow through to the 10th. The 10th of November. Fantastic. And you're saying that there's no evening service at all?
There's no evening service.
A morning till 1 p.m.
about 2 o'clock.
2 p.m.-ish. Okay, fantastic. Any final words to our viewers?
Well, it's great to be talking to you. I believe that I'll be seeing you in the place. What should you expect when you come? Expect great speakers, expect great word, expect great worship, great ministration, and expect to carry something that would change your life. I'm a bivocational pastor, so I do business a lot and in ministry. So in speaking, I bring out a lot of business ideas. So even if you're a business person and you still need this boost, walk in there and I know that you will not regret coming. God bless you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much to you two for coming through and sharing with us. Reverend Emmanuel, it's been so many years, but I'm glad finally we've been able to catch up again.
And we'll stay in touch.
We'll stay in touch. All right. So that was Reverend Emmanuel Mefo. He's the lead pastor for the Rohi Church. And the conference that is coming up is the International Ministers Conference 2024, starting, of course, from tomorrow, the 6th of November, right through till the 10th of November. It's 9 a.m. till about 2 p.m.-ish, and there are no evening sessions, they're all strictly morning sessions. All right, we'll take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Can't even sleep and I can get it off my mind. I need to get out of sight before I end up behind bars. What started out as a simple altercation turned into a real sticky situation. Me just thinking on the time that I'm facing makes me wanna cry. Yeah, 'cause I didn't mean to hurt him. Could have been somebody's son. And I took his heart when I pulled out that gun. Rum-pa-pa-pum, rum-pa-pa-pum, rum-pa-pa-pum. Man down, rum-pa-pa-pum, rum-pa-pa-pum, rum-pa-pa-pum. Oh.